morning. Today I'm going to be discussing the science of shooting a basketball. I really believe that shooting is a lot more than raw talent and going outside and winging a basketball up toward a basket. It takes a lot of practice. And I chose this topic, one, because I love playing it. I've played it all my life, and I think it's one of the most exciting sports ever. And I just wanted to share some of that enthusiasm with you guys, and I hope you guys come out with a deeper appreciation for the difficulties of basketball. Does technique matter? Does it really matter that your elbow has to be in a certain position, that your feet need to be in a certain position, that you do it over and over and over and over again until you get it right? Well, yeah, it matters. And if you don't believe me, then believe Michael Jordan. He said, you can practice shooting 8 hours a day, but if your technique is wrong, then all you become is very good at shooting the wrong way. Get the fundamentals down, and the level of everything you do will rise. Basically, technique is important. If you spend hours getting the little things right, putting your hand in the right position, making sure your elbow's in a certain position, you're going to build a solid foundation. And I guess that's with everything in life. You do the little things right, you're going to go somewhere. But if you just go outside and you're shooting and you wing the ball and you're just kind of like, hey, I'm really good at this, and that's all it's going to be, then you're building your foundation for your career out of Swiss cheese. There's going to be holes everywhere and you're never going to go anywhere. So what are the basics? First, you need to start with your feet shoulder width apart. If it's too wide, you can't move. If it's too narrow, you're going to get knocked around. You need to keep your elbow directly under your hand. A lot of people you'll see will kick their elbow out. They'll kick it in, they'll jettison it out, but it needs to be directly under to make sure it's in alignment. Your left hand's going to be on the left side of the ball. Now I'm shooting as a right-hander. If you guys are left-handed, you're going to do it the opposite way. So your left hand's on the left side of the ball, and all it's going to do is stand there and guide it. It's not going to shoot it. It's not going to push it. It's just going to guide it to make sure it goes straight. Your right hand is going to be on the back middle, and the ball is going to be on the fingertips. So there should be a gap between the ball and your hand. Your feet are actually going to be angled to the left. That's going to keep your body in alignment, and it's going to make sure you have a consistent shot. Then you bend your knees, and you're in the base. You have the basic form down. After you're in the basic form, you're going to go into what we call the dip, which means you're going to bend. You're going to bring the ball down to your knee, and this gathers momentum. The higher you jump, the farther you can shoot. That's why guys can shoot 27-foot jump shots and girls can't. Their legs are stronger, they can jump higher, so they get to shoot 27-foot jump shots and we don't. So after you dip, the next part is one of the most important. What's the quickest way to get from point A to point B? Straight line. So you're going to go from here to here. The quickest way to do that is to go straight up. A lot of people will bring the ball from here, they'll bring it to their shoulder, they'll bring it to their chin and just shove it. I've actually seen a person bring the ball all the way around his head, then finish, dip, come straight up through, and one of the most important things to remember while you're doing this is the ball needs to stay in front of your head, like this. If you bring it back here, the defender will block it and you slow your shot down, which gives the defender even in front of you to block it. Larry Bird was one of the greatest shooters, but he was one of the greatest shooters with kind of a bad form. I don't know if you can tell, but he brings the ball too far behind his head. Ray Allen, on the other hand, is perfect. If you want to watch someone with good form, watch Ray Allen. He has perfect form every single time. So Larry Bird brings it too far behind him, but he was 6 feet 9 inches tall and got away with it. So he brings it too far back. Ray Allen keeps it here. From straight up, you're going to make sure your arm is extended. When you extend your arm, you're ensuring really nice arc, which means when the ball leaves your hand, it's going to arc like what I like to call the McDonald's golden arcs, like a McDonald's M. It'll fly through the air really nice, and the higher it gets in the air, the softer it lands at the basket. So if you just have it bullet like this to the basket, it's going to hit and brick off really hard. When you put some arc on it, it's going to hit the basket and go dead, which gives it a better chance of rolling in, which is what we want. And then finally, you're going to flick your hand on the follow through. When you flick your hand, you get backspin, like this, which again helps the ball go dead, and it ensures that the ball has a much better chance of going in. So you're going to start here, follow up like that. It takes a lot of practice, and hope you guys learned something, and thanks for listening.